Brandon Ingram has the most potential of any player in college basketball.
The matchup from hell. He can take a smaller player and he can post him up. If you want to put a bigger player on him, he can take him out on the perimeter. He's a really good three-point shooter.
I like to shoot the ball from the perimeter, get around slower guys, post up smaller defenders, blocking shots, and just getting after it.
He can play every position on the court. You're talking about a guy that's 6'10", has a 7'4" wingspan. I call it those kind of like go-go gadget arms. He just like puts them up and they keep going.
Defensively, his ability to get into the passing lane, to grab rebounds, to block shots. If it's length versus strength, a lot of people would choose length.
You just watch him play and you see how effortless some of his plays are. It's really special.
The scary part is that his best is ahead of him.
Over the years, North Carolina and Duke have battled for a lot of the same recruits, probably more so than any other school because of their conference and, of course, their geography.
There's a lot of pride on the line when Coach K and when Roy Williams go up for the same player. They both want to make sure that their teams are the best, and there's no bigger rivalry in sports than between Duke and North Carolina basketball.
It's two teams basically trying to fight for the name of their jerseys, for the tradition, for the fans.
We found out pretty early that he grew up a Duke fan, which is incredibly rare in Kinston. Normally those guys from Kinston are Carolina guys.
Definitely was a Duke fan growing up. Me and my brother was Duke fans. He got me my first Duke jersey when I was about 12 years old. It was a Nolan Smith jersey.
There was a time when he was in high school when he was visited in the same weekend by Kentucky coach John Calipari, Kansas coach Bill Self, Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski, UNC coach Roy Williams, and NC State coach Mark Gottfried, all in the same weekend.
It was a hard recruitment. I mean, we spent a lot of time. We got to know he and his family. At the end, Brandon felt like Duke was the best place for him.
Next fall, I will be attending Duke University.
Our fans are part of our team. That's the way we've always felt. They are our true sixth man. The Cameron Crazies are the benchmark of fans.
If I wasn't a basketball player, I think I would wait in the tent just because of how special Cameron is.
I think it's an amazing thing for them to do.
They're so dedicated to the game of basketball and to the team, and to allow us to go to another level when we're on the court is very surreal.
When you watch Duke on TV, you know, you see the crowd and you feel it, and it's like, wow, that seems like it's amazing. But it's completely different when you put that uniform and you're out there playing.
Just being in this uniform is just special for me. It's something you dream of. The Cameron Crazies going wild, even Coach K on the sideline. He shows all this emotion. It's just a special place to play.
A lot of people have stepped on that floor, and for you to kind of look at yourself and say, oh, like I'm one of them, it's very exciting and it's very humbling.
As he continues to get stronger and he gets his grown man strength, so to speak, he's going to be a guy that has a chance to become a star in that league.
You always have to keep it in the back of your mind of what you're going to do after this season, after the next season, or whenever I decide to leave.
There's a case to be made that he should be chosen #1 overall in the NBA draft, even ahead of Ben Simmons if you're trying to project 5 or 10 years down the road.
I don't think he'll go any lower than 5. I think he has a very bright future, at least immediately, in the NBA.
It's always exciting to see your name up there, but you just always know that you have to keep working.
He works really, really hard, and he wants to be great.
The 6 players that Duke is using are as good as any 6 players on any team in the country. And if Duke plays as well as it can play and gets a couple of breaks, not only can Duke go to the Final Four, but it can win a national championship.
We're playing with about 6 or 7 guys right now, but we're not going to make any excuses. We're just going to keep pushing forward.
I'm not too concerned about Duke's lack of depth because I think that Coach K is able to mitigate some of those factors. He's not a guy who will get out-coached by many people.
As good as he's been, and he's been as good as anyone in America this year, we feel like he can still go to another level, and there's no better time than the NCAA tournament.
For a lot of teams, they don't have an option for defending Brandon Ingram. He's the reason that Duke will be a dynamic, versatile, offensive team in the NCAA tournament, and I think that's the best way that they get to the NCAA title game.